Girl, it looks like everybody in Hollywood is starting to clock on how Diddy is not the good friend that Jay-Z seems to think he is. But for some reason, Jay-Z doesn't believe this because he thinks that Diddy is his BFF and would never betray him. But now, Ice Cube is now speaking out and warning Jay-Z to run because Diddy is about to implicate him in his impending RICO case with the judge. If you're wondering why Jay-Z really needs to watch out for Diddy and watch his back around Diddy, it's that Diddy is starting to snitch on everybody and anybody he can snitch on. And in this case, the stakes are higher because Diddy is not the only one whose life is about to be ruined because his sons, Justin and Christian, are also being charged as well. And Diddy is trying to save all three of them, even if he has to throw his longtime friend under the bus. If you haven't been keeping a close eye on this case, let me break it down so you understand just how messed up this case is. In the past 5 or 6 months, Diddy has been sued by 5 different people who have all told varying accounts of how Diddy allegedly them and SA'd them. The last lawsuit was filed by producer Lil Rod, and while he also made claims about being in SA'd, he went in on deeper issues like how Diddy allegedly used and moved, how he forced people to do several nefarious acts, how Diddy's son Justin helped Diddy get minor girls to be at his parties, how Diddy allegedly spiked the drinks of the underage girls, and a whole lot of other things. This case and the other 5 lawsuits eventually sparked the interest of the federal authorities, including Homeland Security, who carried out a massive raid on Diddy's houses. During the raid, Diddy's sons, Justin and Christian, were detained and cuffed by the federal agents during the raid.
It's being linked to a investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up this street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films.
We thought that was going to be the worst of it all, but child, there was more drama on the way. As it turns out, the feds have been allegedly keeping their eyes out on Diddy for a hot minute now, and they think they finally have enough evidence to bring him up on RICO charges. What this means is that if the feds eventually decide to go with the charges, they are going to be taking a long, hard look into the past, his alleged crimes, as well as any and all associates of his, including Jay-Z and even J-Lo. For example, y'all remember the club that Diddy and J-Lo were a part of? It happened back in 1999, but the feds recently reopened the case in connection to the RICO charges, and they are taking a long, hard look at Diddy, trying to figure out what really happened during that shooting. At the time, Diddy claimed that his artist Shine was the one who fired the shots during the altercation, and he had nothing to do with the shooting. However, at the time, eyewitnesses claimed that Shine wasn't the only one shooting because they saw another man shooting too, and people believed that the other shooter was Diddy. Even a ballistics expert testified that the bullet wasn't fired from Shine's but another. But despite the evidence, Shine got sentenced to 10 years in prison, and Diddy was acquitted of the charges that he faced. But in Lil Rod's lawsuit, he claimed that Diddy bragged about how he was the one who had fired the shot. In the lawsuit, Rod said, on another occasion, while standing in Mr. Combs' bedroom, Mr. Jones was forced to watch as Mr. Combs displayed his and bragged about getting away with people. Mr. Combs shared that he was responsible for the in a nightclub in New York City with rapper Shine. He shared that artist and Mr. Combs' girlfriend at the time, Jennifer Lopez, carried the into the club for him and passed him the after he got into an altercation with another individual. Well, the feds have officially reopened the case even though it's been more than 25 years and all that stuff about the statute of limitations. So if they're reopening that case, what do you think is going to happen when a high-profile name like Jay-Z is involved? Yeah, you can guess exactly how that's going to go. Well, according to Ice Cube, the feds don't need to dig too deep into Jay-Z's connection with Diddy because Diddy is allegedly giving up that information all on his own. One thing about Diddy is that he is going to snitch on anyone and everyone to save himself, and now that his kids are involved, he is going to snitch on Jay-Z, no questions about that. According to Ice Cube, Diddy has been cutting a deal with the feds to bring Jay-Z in on RICO charges in exchange for his sons walking free. According to Ice Cube, Diddy has allegedly handed over some incriminating evidence about how Jay-Z was allegedly in on most, if not all, of his alleged illegal activities. And girl, it looks like this mess is about to go down. News of Diddy snitching isn't so shocking to fans, and they left comments saying, been backtracking and gathering information on P. Diddy, R. Kelly, Aaliyah, and all these names were somehow connected to Jay-Z. So I did a little research on Jay-Z and found it was creepier than what Diddy had in store. I pray Jay-Z is next. I can feel Diddy has dirt on him, stashed in his house, and dirt on everyone ready to snitch. And Diddy about to snitch on everybody. Jay-Z's days are numbered. Oh, Rock Nation. Girl, this situation is one big hot mess, but y'all let me know how y'all feel about Diddy breaking bro code and snitching on his friend. Then check out this next video.